shifting my mind to get around you.
Yo, what is going on YouTube? My name is of course Catmanjoe, and welcome back everybody to another brand new video on the channel. Hope you're all having a wonderful and amazing day today, guys. I am. Today folks, we're going to be talking a little bit about Borderlands 1. Now if you guys don't know already, PAX East 2019 guys is happening tomorrow, guys. If you don't know, Randy Pitchford, Gearbox will all be attending the main kind of event and be on the main stage for an hour at PAX East 2019, of course, tomorrow. And yeah guys, I wanted to quickly just kind of talk about this. Now if you don't already, Gearbox Software and Randy Pitchford are going to hopefully be releasing Borderlands 3. Not releasing, but I guess I don't know, showcasing some Borderlands 3 kind of content. If you guys don't know, Borderlands is a first-person shooter looter-based game, and yeah, it's a pretty amazing game. I played Borderlands 1, 2, and the pre-sequel, and obviously on top of that as well, I played obviously Borderlands Tales from the Borderlands a little bit. It wasn't the best Borderlands in the world. It wasn't bad, but it just wasn't all, you know, that good, you know what I'm saying? But anyway folks, if you guys don't know already, Borderlands is hopefully going to be getting announced tomorrow, or Borderlands 3 at least, by the maker of the game itself. It's been many years since we've actually had a new Borderlands in the series, except from Tales from the Borderlands, which again was a Telltale version. It wasn't an actual game, so it was a little bit different, guys. But everybody, along with hoping for Borderlands 3, is obviously, of course, on top of that, is hoping for Borderlands 1 as well. For those of you guys don't know, Borderlands 1 was released 10 years ago. If anybody as well who doesn't know, Borderlands is my favorite game. It's my favorite genre, or not genre, because that's a bit weird. It's my favorite game though, and actually my favorite series of games. I love Borderlands 1, Borderlands 2, and the pre-sequel. Pre-sequel was not too bad. It wasn't the best, but I do enjoy it nonetheless. But overall, my most favorite game ever is Borderlands 1. It is my most favorite and most beloved game that I've ever played. And today, guys, for one, I want to tell you guys why it is my most favorite game, and also two as well, why Borderlands 1 Remaster should be coming. Because hopefully, guys, tomorrow we'll hear some sort of announcement about it, and if we don't, well, I think a lot of people are going to be kind of sad, guys, especially me, I'll tell you that, especially me. But yeah, folks, welcome back to another brand new video, and yeah, guys, let's get right into today's video. So starting off with the actual Borderlands 1 Remaster kind of news, a lot of people in the community of Borderlands 1 are suspecting the game is going to get remastered for a few different reasons. Number one, there's been multiple leaks. One of them was from the Korean rating board, I believe it was, way back, it was like, you know, 6 or 8 months ago now, and there was one way before that as well, guys. Once again, I can't remember the actual one before that though, however, but there has been a bunch of leaks for this game getting remastered or be getting actually rated. And also on top of that as well, guys, there was also a rating from, I believe, the official actual rating board that basically rates games for age, age-wise, like an 18 plus or 16 or whatnot, or mature. And this game had basically been rated for the Xbox One. It said Borderlands 1 Remastered, Xbox One and PlayStation 4, which, for those of you guys who don't know, that doesn't just happen. It's not like you can make that up. That was officially rated by the actual rating board. I forget what the name, I think it's like the ULG or something, but probably have it on screen or something like that, guys. But the game was rated nonetheless, which means 100% it is coming, but when is it coming? That is a real question, and is it going to have any new kind of upgrades to it? Now, a lot of people are hoping that Borderlands 1 has got a field of view slider, which basically allowed you, or it's an FOV slider it's called, but basically what that means is field of view. If you guys don't know, if you're playing a first-person shooter game, which, you know, like Call of Duty, I guess I was going to say Grand Theft Auto 5, but that isn't really first person unless you go in first person. You guys know what I mean? Probably more or less the best example would be Call of Duty's. In Call of Duty you have what's called a field of view, I guess, slider. What this allows the player to do is your field of view, what you see around you, to actually shift and change. So for instance, if you're in a bigger, a bigger environment, your field of view might be a little bit bigger and it might actually show off more of the environment, while if you're in a smaller environment, the field of view will go shorter and it will actually show you less. A slider is incredibly useful. Borderlands 2 has this very well implemented, and a lot of the community love it, but Borderlands 1, however, doesn't, and because it is over 10 years old, a lot of people are hoping that if it does get remastered, well, hopefully, just hopefully it'll come with that, guys, because a field of view shifter would basically mean that in Borderlands 1 we'd actually be able to change how much of the screen we can actually see while playing, and it would obviously increase the graphics a lot more as well. And that brings us on to the next part, increasing the graphics. Borderlands 1's graphics are still good, however they aren't exactly what I'd call pristine, you know what I'm saying? They're not bad, but they aren't exactly way up there with the next gen consoles, hence the reason why the game is 10 years old almost now. It came out in October 2009, and also as well the game originally, I guess, released actually on the PC version and the Xbox, well, it released on the PC, the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3, not next gen consoles of course, because this was 10 years ago. And the game itself, guys, as I said, is just quite unpolished. It needs a bit of an update in graphics. Now this, leads on to some more stuff, including the Blind Squirrel Games Association. Basically, if you guys don't know, there was a bit of a leak again that Blind Squirrel Games, the creators of, I believe, what was it? It was the Fallout, was it the Fallout? No, the Bioshock Infinite collection. which was, I'm pretty sure it was like all the Bioshock games remastered and added into one. They're an incredible team of developers that remaster games very well. They're very good at what they do, and they've actually worked with 2K Games before, and Gearbox, and obviously, of course, well, Randy Pitchford. So a lot of people believe that they're going to be hopefully working on Borderlands 1, which has been confirmed that they actually are as well. Actually, it was about 20 days ago or whatnot, almost a month ago, they were doing a countdown on their Twitter page, and a lot of people, including myself, suspected, and a lot of people in the Borderlands community, bigger YouTubers, kind of hyped it up. But a lot of people suspected that Blind Squirrel Games, after 5 days, they're doing a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, that they were going to announce or kind of show Borderlands 1 Remastered, which would have been fantastic, guys. But yeah, sadly they didn't. It was kind of a... Yeah, it was kind of an anticlimactic kind of moment. I think everybody kind of died a little bit inside, especially me. Honestly, especially me. I'll put the word especially there a good few times. But nonetheless, folks, we still got hope, because tomorrow, as I said, is PAX East 2019, which, as I said, Gearbox has got the main stage for an hour. Now, we have got rumour that they are 100% going to be, hopefully, talking... Well, it's not rumour. I can't say 100% and then say rumour, then say hopefully. It kind of doesn't work. But they are going to be talking about Borderlands 3 at the actual main stage event, along with other games, of course, as well. And a lot of people, like myself, are includingly hoping that they actually go and talk about Borderlands 1 Remastered, because... for me, I think, and I think for a lot of the community as well, I made a few videos on Borderlands 1, best DLCs, and if the game is ever going to get remastered, and more. And I've spent so much time on those videos. I've actually legit read scripts and everything. It's incredible. I love Borderlands that much. I will put that much effort into it, guys. However, with this video, I won't. I kind of just contradicted myself. Forget what I just said. But basically, guys, Borderlands 1 is in a nutshell coming, but we don't know when exactly it is going to be coming, and a lot of people are hoping that Borderlands 1 comes as almost like a filler to get the community back into the game for Borderlands 3. If you don't know, Borderlands 3 is probably not ready yet. It isn't ready yet. And no doubt when Borderlands 3 gets released, which will be maybe in 9 or 8 months or whatnot, if it does get reviewed tomorrow, when it will be getting released, it'll probably be 9 or 8 months from now. So we've got a very long way to wait, a very long time to wait even. So it would make sense as some sort of filler, they would add a Borderlands 1 Remastered to be, there, so players can play that, get back into the franchise, and then hopefully as well, if they want, try out the Borderlands Game of the Year or the Borderlands Handsome Collection, which, for anybody who doesn't know, if you're not into Borderlands, basically what that is it's Borderlands 2 Remastered and Borderlands the pre-sequel, which is set, it's actually Borderlands pre-sequel, is technically Borderlands 3, but it's set between Borderlands 1 and 2. It's a bit complicated, but basically, guys, they've already got the first, or the Borderlands 2 and Borderlands pre-sequel already on next gen consoles, but they sadly don't have Borderlands 1, so it would logically make sense for them to remaster this game, have it as a filler for us all to play, for them to earn some extra funds, and obviously be able to put some more money towards the next Borderlands game or the next game in their franchise that they want to do. Now, with this, folks, comes onto our next kind of big question, which will be, if it is released, what is it going to be like? That was not our big question. I just remembered, actually, we technically did just cover what it's going to be like, so that kind of just contradicted itself. What I was meaning to say there, folks, was the next question I want to speak about, guys, was why this game is my most favorite game, and what kind of association I have behind it. Now, a lot of people, if you're new to the community, you might not know, or new to my channel, you may not know. My favorite game, as I've already just said, is Borderlands 1. But a lot of people have been asking me on my streams that I do, that are in my, a part of my channel now, a part of my community even, have been asking me, what my favorite game is, and I keep saying Borderlands 1. A lot of people ask me why. And simply put, guys, it's a nostalgia. I'm sure a lot of people have had it before when you play games, say Minecraft. The Minecraft music reminds you of, the time when you first played Minecraft, Halo 3 or DST, any old Halo game, Gears of War, Call of Duties, etc. Everybody has a game that gives them a nostalgic feeling, whether it be the noise in the game, the gameplay, or just some sort of thing about it. It brings you back to a moment that could have been from 10 years ago. And for me, Borderlands 1 instantly transports me right back to December 25th, 2010. That was the day that I actually first got the game for myself. And it was an incredibly important time in my life, and it just instantly takes me right back there. Now, the reason why the game is so, as I said, important to me is because it takes me back to this point in time. And during this point in time, to give you guys some sort of context or backstory, which will be the first time I've ever actually really done it on a video, so I guess this is kind of a new thing. But during this point in time, I was 10 years old. It was December 25th, technically December 24th, 2010. I had just moved to from about 3 different primary schools. I just left my mum. I had just, started staying with my dad. We'd been in temporary accommodation, emergency accommodation. We just bounced around to, multiple different hotels and houses, and it was a bit of a crazy time, for both of us. But especially me, obviously, because being, a 10-year-old kid. I just left my friends behind in my old primary school. I just left my mum, the town that I grew up in, kind of thing. And obviously, my mum's side of the family as well, kind of thing. So it was kind of weird. But we were just moving around, and we finally settled down in the little town that we stay in right now. which is kind of just, it's country town, you know what I'm saying, folks, it's country town. But yeah, so we were settling down, guys, and on that night, you know, the night before Christmas, my cousin Kieran, my auntie Sasha, and my uncle Brian, they'd all got me a gift for Christmas. I knew what they were getting me because I had already done a really stupid trade with my cousin. I traded on basically a Halo 3 limited edition figurine, an action figure, don't judge me. It was a figurine, no limited edition. I traded him that toy for him to get me a Christmas present, or for him to get his mom and dad to get me a Christmas present I wanted, which was Borderlands. However, they got me Borderlands Game of the Year edition. I already knew what I was wanting, I already knew what I got. They had the gift, and the gift was underneath the tree, and it was Christmas Eve, and you know, like what I guess most kids do, as soon as it passes 12 o'clock in the UK, at least for some kids, including myself, I always say, can I open up some of my gifts, because it's 12 o'clock, it's midnight, it's technically Christmas Day. And my dad or my mum normally would just say, you can open up one, and that'll be you. You know, you have to open up the rest tomorrow when it actually is Christmas Day, not Christmas morning. But yeah, guys, I knew what game I wanted to open up, or what, you know, kind of gift it was. I opened it, and lo and behold, it was Borderlands Game of the Year edition. I vividly remember myself going upstairs to my bedroom. My house that we had just moved into, we had no floor, we had no carpets, it was just floorboards. I had no proper beds, we had really no furniture, you know, it was all totally brand new. Because we really were just moving in, you know, we went through a lot, you know, I went through a bunch of different schools, months of traveling around to different houses and meeting new people, and it was a really messed up time. But the only kind of real thing that we, you know, constantly had was, one, you know, my dad and me, and two, obviously I had my Xbox 360, which had some games in it already, like Halo and stuff, but it didn't have Borderlands, which was a game I really wanted to play, because back in Edinburgh, where I was from, a city in Scotland basically, my best friends at the time, Connor and Kieran, got me into the game, and it was one game that I just loved and I really wanted to play. And on that night, December 24th to December 25th, early morning of Christmas, I vividly remember myself sitting in my bedroom, no carpets, bare floorboards showing. I'm lying on no bed. It was a blow-up air mattress, which, if you don't know, is the worst thing ever. they just deflate every 5 minutes. They're just ridiculous. You wake up in the morning like a pancake, like you've literally been absorbed by the bed. But here I am, you know, 10-year-old little kids, you know, sitting with my Xbox 360, a small, tiny little TV, you know, less than 20 inch, if not 20 inch maybe. Sitting, you know, at the edge of this blow-up mattress, double mattress, with the covers wrapped around me like a homeless person. A little box of Celebration sweets, which is a UK sweet, you know, as a Christmas gift, and Borderlands 1, and me just sitting back and just playing it for the first time, guys. And it was oddly satisfying, and it's one of those things, it's a nostalgic moment in my life, because, you know, I think it comes across, I might be seeming a little bit too dramatic, but genuinely, folks, it is, because while I was going through so much, I guess, you know, for lack of a better word, stuff, definitely wasn't just about a square there, but while I was going through so much stuff, you know, children's panels, children's hearings, you know, which is basically where your parents, you know, try and get you, you know, to have custody of you, you know, moving schools, you know, leaving friends, gaining new friends. This was something that I had that was solid, that wasn't going to move, and that was always going to be there. And guys, I can tell you for a fact, this game I didn't just love, I adored. I played this game for 3 years straight. On my Xbox 360, I made amazing friends through it. My best friend at the time, Ali, he ended up becoming my pretty much stepbrother, because he was in the primary school I was at in the town that I just moved to, and he ended up becoming my stepbrother basically, in a sense, because, well, my dad and his mum go out, and they've been going out for a good few years, so me and Ali became even better mates. And my friend Dylan as well, he got into it with me, and a bunch of other friends of mine as well, all got into the game Borderlands because of me. And it was just so great, guys, to sit. I remember, you know, vividly on weekends, sitting, you know, pigging out on a bunch of munchies with my friends, Doritos and whatnot, and energy drinks, and just sitting playing the Xbox 360, you know, just with my friends on Borderlands. It was a great experience, and it's one of those things, guys, it's a really nostalgic kind of thing for me. And that's why, for me, folks, I want to see this game remastered, because the game right now you cannot play on PlayStation 4 unless you're willing, or on Xbox One as well, unless you play backwards compatibility on Xbox One, which doesn't change your graphics at all, which is still not too bad. That's pretty good. But on PlayStation 4, it's a completely different story, guys. For me to play this game, like what I tried to do just at Christmas, right, you know, a couple months ago, I decided to get a 14-day free trial and treat myself a little bit, to take some time off YouTube for a couple weeks, for 2 weeks, and actually just sit back and just relax. And all through Christmas, I sat and played Borderlands 1 with the built-in streaming, I guess, service from the PlayStation, which is PlayStation Now. Which is trash. It basically means that you have to stream the games. You can't download them. You can only download PlayStation 1 and 2 games, which is just stupid. You can't download any PlayStation 3 games like, you know, Borderlands 1. And if you've got terrible Wi-Fi like myself, that's almost McDonald's related, you pretty much have to deal with all the ups and downs of horrible Wi-Fi, which is literally the worst thing ever. I'll tell you guys that for free. And what caused me as well, guys, while you know, I was recompleting the entire game, all side missions, campaign, achievements or trophies, whatever, loving the game and getting into it, I had to put up with the Wi-Fi issues. And sadly as well, because of PlayStation's now terrible kind of service, I ended up losing my entire game, everything I'd done. I spent like 10 days constantly, just 10 days consistently working on this game, grinding out, and I almost completed the entire campaign as well. But sadly, folks, my game went corrupt as well, because basically, if you don't know, on PlayStation Now, you are streaming the game, so if there's any Wi-Fi issues whatsoever, the game or the application will suspend, and also you've got 20 seconds to close the application and save. And even though I've done that, if the game ends while it's saving, the game can corrupt, and all the data can corrupt, and you'll lose all your game save data. And that's what happened to me, guys. So I know I really want to see this game remastered, because I want to be able to replay it and enjoy it properly with new graphics, or even with the old graphics, but I just want to be able to enjoy it without having to stream it. And for 2 as well, I want to be able to share the experience with you guys. I mean, for me, it's an incredibly nostalgic kind of feeling, and I loved it. I remember as a kid, I recorded videos at the age of 11 and 12 on that game on my old YouTube channel that are still there to this day that members can see. And they were incredible, guys. They're still there, and I would love to be able to give you guys the experience of what I enjoyed my first time around playing the game, and be able to show you guys it from another perspective and let you guys live it with me. But yeah, folks, I think we'll end the video there, guys. I hope you have went to enjoy. I know it's a little bit different than just Minecraft, but I just thought I'd do something different today, guys. I wanted to kind of spice it up and talk about a game that really, honestly, folks, means a lot to me. This game, you know, it was there when I needed it, you know what I'm saying? And it was a big part of, you know, I guess my childhood. And still to this day, man, I would sit back anytime and play this game if it was around. And that's why I'm hoping tomorrow we'll hear some news about it, and hopefully hear about it getting remastered. Now as well, guys, you'll actually know why this game is my favourite. So yeah, nobody needs to continue asking me. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you did go to enjoy it, please be sure to drop a like on it. And of course, if you guys can share, it would be hella appreciated if you did go to enjoy it that much. And of course, if you're new to the channel as well, please be sure to subscribe. Help me reach 10k, or 12k, sorry. It would be hella appreciated, folks. And you guys, I'll see you on the next video. Thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful day or wonderful night, wherever you are. And you guys, peace out.
Wherever love goes, there is also misery. It's no mystery. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Wherever love flows, there is also tragedy when we're in too deep. And you and I, we got history, yeah.